heading over to a 9 o'clock appointment in Cathedral City at 7:45. I told the customer that I might be there a little early, like 30 minutes early. For the most part, we try to go, if you can, hit up our early appointments earlier. So if you can leave the house a little earlier so you can get there earlier, so that in case you needed extra time or if you wanted to finish your day earlier, you could. So a typical morning for us, or for a Vin Verifier, is going out to the first appointment. You can't be late to the first appointment because there's really no excuse. At this point, you should have prepped for travel time and everything. But again, I go back to what I just said. If the kind of candidate I want is the kind of candidate that, 9 o'clock is morning, but it's not early morning. 8 o'clock is a good time to start your day as far as the first appointment. Leaving the house at 7 is a good idea. So if you're okay with that, then this is probably a job for you. But right now, the customer was messaged, and he said, yeah, it's perfectly fine if you come down. So that's what we're going to do, so that we can knock these out as soon as we can. Today I have 6 or 7 lined up, and that way we can knock them out. All right. See you in the next video. So I wanted to show you pretty much right now. This morning we're going to Cathedral City. We're heading eastbound. So eastbound in the morning there's no traffic. Westbound there was definitely a lot of traffic about 5 miles back. You'll see our setup. Basically we have your phone right there with the GPS, and this is a Toyota Prius. This car is decent. I mean, it's really good in gas mileage. Not great in power, but actually that's the way we want it. And it's a very small car. It gets the job done. And you have your tools in the back, and you have your own little setup here. You can put your cup, whatever you want right here. And this is pretty much your view for about half of the day. I would say more like 60% of your day is driving. The other is dedicated to taking care of the customer and trying to upsell customers as well. So that's it for this small portion of the day heading to Cathedral City. As I'm driving, I just want to clarify that I'm making this video so that I can give you the best best perspective of how it is to work for us and doing what we do. So right now I've been in the car for pretty much 30 minutes. Sometimes your commute's going to be 15, sometimes it's going to be 30, sometimes it's going to be an hour. Right now my commute's going to be about an hour. I'm about 70 miles away or 80 miles away from my destination. Right now I'm halfway there. And so one of the things that I wanted to tell you is that this job is going to appeal to people, number one, that really don't mind driving. Number two, you're going to be in your car alone most of the time. Your communication, as far as, back and forth between the office and between you and the customer, it's obviously important. It's obviously something that you're going to need to have, but it's minimal. Most of your time is spent driving. You're going to call the customer to let them know you're on your way, and if there's any delays, you're going to let them know that too. But you get to, it's minimal. So, you sit in your car, you listen to your music, you listen to your GPS, and the other thing that you see every day is something new. So, although I have driven down the 10 freeway, heading to the desert, I passed, Morongo right now. You get to see all kinds of different things, different view every day. You get to see different people, different cars, different trucks, different trailers, different scenarios. So there's a variety going on in your day. So that's something that's really important for any future candidate that wants to join, knowing that if this appeals to them, then this is good. Obviously, there's multiple levels, multiple aspects to a company and a business and a job that you have to consider. But by far, you're in your office all day by yourself. So there are some people that like it like that. And you know, if you like it like that, this is perfect for you. You're not in an office all day. You're out and about. And you know what? Maybe even try different foods every day. So, you know, that's just something to keep in mind as you're considering this position. So we're really close to our destination right now. It looks like we're going to be 30 minutes ahead of schedule, which is always good. When you have multiple appointments, it's always good to stay ahead because, you know, something might happen, traffic might hit or whatever. But we're really close to our appointment right now, and I'll resume the video as soon as we get into this facility. So I am now inside the facility. I'm following this gentleman over to his trailer. I'm gonna assume it's a trailer because there's a bunch of trailers here. It's very important that the people that set up these appointments set you up with the proper information so that you know what you're gonna be doing. But anyway, yep, it looks like it's a trailer. Okay, so these are, you know, this is typical for this area to have a trailer park where we can go ahead and do this inspection. We'll see you again soon. So our first inspection is going to be of this coach trailer, and what we're looking for is right here. Is the VIN number right there. This is the most important piece of information. And then the second most important is going to be right here on the side. It's going to be what's called the federal label. These are the two most important pieces of information. What we're documenting today is the year, make, model, how many axles, and all that kind of stuff. And that's as easy as it is. It will be pretty much a short trip, a short inspection, because it's pretty straightforward. Most of the inspections that you're going to be doing are pretty straightforward. You're not going to be running into funky stuff. Most of the funky stuff that we run into, we're going to have anticipation of it. Okay, so I'll get back to you on the next one. So we just wrapped up our first appointment. The customer's name was Jeff. He was a really nice guy. So we just wrapped up with our first appointment. This was with Jeff. He was a really nice guy. We got here at 8:30. We've been here for 15 minutes. It's 8:45, and now we're done. So this video goes to show you how sometimes the appointments run really fast. So in this particular case, it took 15 minutes. You spent more time driving than doing the inspection. Now, again, depending on what county, what city you're in, it might be a little bit different. But for the most part, the rule is going to apply that you're going to be in your car more than anything else. So now we're done with this appointment. Our second appointment's actually in Cathedral City, another one in Cathedral City. So we try to put our appointments in this manner where everything is, you know, really together, really close, so that you're not, you know, going from city to city. But sometimes it happens like that, you know. So that's something that you have to anticipate. There's going to be days where you will be driving a lot. Like, you know, some places are hard to get to. They're windy roads or whatever. Again, it depends which county you're in. But for the most part, you know, it could be a long day for you as far as driving. So it's really important to mentally anticipate what the day is going to look like. But for this day, everything's really close by. I think my last appointment's in Upland or somewhere over there in the Inland Empire. But right now we're out in the desert, and we're going to go on to our next one. So that's it. I actually wanted to take a little quick video of the park that I'm going through. These parks are pretty much where there's a lot of people that are, I don't want to use the word wealthy, but they're retirees and they've got money. And you'll see that these are some nice trailers. These are retired folks and they want to live well. So these are like not cheap trailers. This is a nice park, really nice, beautiful. You'll run into these when you go into Cathedral City or the desert. This is the kind of thing that you're going to be running into. These type of parks, these type of scenarios. So yeah, look at that. It's beautiful motorhome. These people live here. This is not just a vacation. It is a vacation But it's a 2 or 3 month vacation, so it's no joke. Today I'm being a really bad example, but it turns out that my second appointment is actually at the same park. This has never happened before. But literally I looked at it, it's the same exact address. So we're actually going to make a U-turn right now because I left the gate, but now I'm going to go right back in because apparently there's another appointment in the same lot, and it's pretty awesome. That's going to put me way ahead of schedule. Really good news. Anyway, here we go. So our second appointment for the day is in the same lot, and it's virtually a same identical unit. We found the VIN on the hitch right there, and we found the VIN obviously right here on the federal label. Okay, this job is done. It was pretty quick. It took me longer to find the place because this was a huge lot, and that's it. So now what we do, we already got Jeff done, we got Jim done. Now we're gonna move on to 1,000 Palms. Should be really close, and we're gonna hit up this customer, let them know that we're gonna probably be early because we're in the vicinity. And then after that we got Murrieta, Paris, and then Chino. This is the schedule for the day. Okay, pretty straightforward, and you know, it's all in the area, and so it works out beautifully. So I just did a calculation. How long is it going to take to get there? I am going to get there in 7 minutes. So this is a day where everything is really close, and I'm going to be way ahead of schedule. I'm probably going to be back at the office by 4 o'clock, but I shouldn't speak too soon because not every customer is going to accept me sooner. You know what I'm saying? So I actually have to call this customer and be like, hey, are you okay with us coming in earlier? And sometimes they say yes, sometimes they say no. I'll give them a call right now. Okay, so we just got to our next appointment, and we're looking for a Jeep, pretty much. So we're here already. We just need to locate the spot. So it seems that it's taking longer to actually find the location than do the job. So I'll get you on video for the actual inspection. So a couple of things, as you saw, that the appointment went quick. They all go quick. I was there for 10 minutes. First of all, because all of the appointments were really close together. I mean, really close. So it is 9:53 right now. My first appointment was scheduled for 9 o'clock. So within 1 hour, I got 3 appointments done. And another thing that developed was that one of the appointments that I had for Murrieta canceled. Unfortunately, cancellations do happen, and it kind of sucks because obviously, you know, you set the time aside for that particular customer, and then when they cancel, I mean, it just you know, it's all bad because now there's a slot where, you know, you're not doing anything. But it happens. Those slots, I always look at them as opportunities, either to get yourself together with, you know, putting your paperwork together, or, you know, taking a break or taking a lunch. So right now it's 10 o'clock. I'm getting hit up by another customer that might want to do a VIN verification in LA, which is extremely far away. It's really out of the way. So for those, you know, those have to be considered. Because on a date like today, I'm here in the desert, in the Inland Empire. And then to be hit up with somebody in LA, most of the time that's a no-go. But, you know, it depends, right? Because right now I have a lot of time. I just knocked out 3 appointments within an hour, which is always good. And basically I have 2 appointments left. So I'm going to go ahead and finish those up and give you an update. My next appointment's in Paris right now. We had a cancellation this morning in Menifee, and like I mentioned earlier, it really sucks. But on the flip side, we got a phone call for an appointment here in Banning, so it was on the way back to the next appointment, so that worked out perfectly. We ended up making the same amount of money. We didn't lose anything. We didn't have to we didn't have to do a double trip or anything like that. When things turn out like this, it's always perfect. It's always good. So right now, I'm very happy about what's happening right now. Apparently, we're gonna do a VIN verification on a 1975 Dodge. So we're gonna take a look at that shortly. All right, so today, this is the appointment that just popped up. This is for a Dodge Ram Charger. It's on stands. It's pretty much safe. This is a nice looking truck. If you look, that's the plate number, the make and model, and the most important thing is going to be the VIN, okay, and then the odometer reading. Okay, it's a very windy day, so there might be a lot of background noise, but everything looks good on this one, and we're about to wrap up and get the job done. Thank you. So we literally spent maybe 5 to 10 minutes doing this one. We're wrapped up here in Banning. And again, you just spend more time on the road than you did doing the actual inspection. So now, why do I keep emphasizing that? Is because you have to be comfortable and, familiar and, okay with driving a lot. If you're not that type, then don't. If you fall asleep on the road, then don't do it. But as of right now, this job is done. And we're on to the next one. Okay, so as you know, many of our appointments are basically we are way ahead of schedule. We have a 3 o'clock one in Paris that we're gonna try to get done at 12 o'clock, and we already called the customer. He's okayed it. There is a scenario where some people need you to be there at a certain time. You can't be there sooner or later. You just have to be there at that time. So sometimes, it just doesn't work out beautifully, but today it looks like it will because I'm able to get to that appointment early. The customer doesn't have a problem. So I'm heading there right now, and we're going to get the job done. It's a coach trailer or a motorhome, one of those, and it looks like it's going to be another straightforward one, hopefully, but you never know until you actually get there. So I'm going to go ahead, do another video, do another part to this as soon as I get to that destination. It says it's going to be about an hour. Finished this VIN verification on a motorhome, and the job is done. It was pretty quick, really easy, and we're way ahead of schedule. So we just finished up this motorhome. This was a pretty straightforward job. It took about 10 minutes. Locating everything that we needed was there. It doesn't always turn out that way. Sometimes it's a little bit more complicated than that, but today it was pretty straightforward. So hopefully your future jobs with us are as easy as these today. Okay, so I'm not trying to paint the picture of how easy or difficult it is. More than anything, I'm trying to paint the picture of what it really is. What it really is a lot of driving and doing a verify, 10 to 15 minutes depending on the situation. And that's the life of a VIN verifier. That's going to be your day-to-day. So we had 4 appointments scheduled for today, one at 9, one at 9:30, and another one at 11. And then there was a cancellation, and then there was one that was scheduled for 3. It is 12:33 right now, and we got all of those done. Now, again, I want to reiterate that not every day is going to turn out this way, but if you're my employee and you can knock these out quick, it opens up a lot more doors for us to be able to fill in the appointments with a lot more appointments, so the schedule with a lot more appointments. But right now I literally have 3 hours between now and my next appointment, and that's only because the guy hasn't answered the phone, so we don't know what the story is. But right now I'm going to go to the office, pick up some paperwork, deliver it to the DMV, and it enables me, at least in today, for our scenario, for our situation right now, to do more things. So that could potentially happen. There are other days where everything looks good on the schedule, but it doesn't turn out good because of traffic or because of other things that get in the way. You could have a really chatty customer. You could have a situation where you can't find the VIN or this or that. But today was a really good example of how everything ran extremely smooth, very smooth. We're going to be done way sooner than anticipated with. There's just not going to be any problems today. Thanks. So we are now at our second to last appointment. It was for a Freightliner Cascadia, as you can see right there. This was another really quick one. We had to get through some security and we had to wait for a person. It didn't take too long. This VIN verification took about 10 minutes or less. And it's almost a brand new unit. It's 59,000 miles. Somebody got a really good deal on this one. But anyway, we're almost done with our day. Everything went really smooth. This is actually one that we just added to the schedule today. It was right away because the thing is we had so much time between now and the last appointment that we were able to do that. So right now it is, let's say it's about 3 o'clock. I don't know what time it is. Hold on. I think it's about 3 o'clock right now. I don't have my other phone to check it. Actually, I think it's 2 o'clock. The point that I'm making is that I'm taking a lunch right now. Now, I was able to take a lunch earlier, but I didn't. The bottom line is sometimes you'll have a lunch at 12, sometimes you'll have it at 1, sometimes you'll have it earlier or later. But that is another thing that you have to be ready for, is having a fluctuating lunch, fluctuating breaks. If you're not okay with that, this job is not for you. This is really important and really relevant.
1,000 feet, your destination will be on the right.
Okay, so now we are at our final appointment here in Chino Hills. This is the customer that, unfortunately, because he gets off at work at 4:30, we couldn't take care of it sooner. Basically, we would have ended our day a lot sooner if it wasn't for this particular customer. But this is a good example of how a day can start off really good. And this isn't necessarily a bad end, but it is an example of how sometimes the customer, you know, they have their they have their schedules, and there's a reason why they set those times. So anyway, we are here at this appointment, and as soon as I get started, I'll go ahead and reshoot.